about it and study it so you can have some expertise. And I think that would serve us well in this campaign. Yes?
As you say, we should be involved in the city, which I have tried to be, and I agree with you about going to the city councils, and I continue to agree that we should continue to do that. But I believe the same way that you do, that the partisanship stops the moment, even if you go and talk, tell your point, you are lost in the ether. Our city does not listen to us.
Yes, I think that is a feeling that many people have, and I share as well. But that brings me to another point of consider running for office. There are some city council seats coming up. If they're in your ward, consider running. I can tell you from what I've done so far, it is a lot of work, and it can be stressful, and you have to use social media, and then people attack you. I'm struck right away now by how people who don't even know you at all think nothing of just saying you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're a Trump supporter, and it's they're missing the spirit of what a city is supposed to be. I mean, why do we really? Are we not getting sick of? I'm getting sick of that. I just want. Our public pools to open again. I just want a city again. This is a small city still, and it should still feel like a small city.
Will you confirm and attempt to bring transparency back to some of the decision making, such as the city mask policy and that interaction between the county supervisors and the city and Mayo?
I absolutely agree with doing that, and I would do all I can. Like I said, the bully pulpit spirit of the mayor is something we can use if we win to try to force some of these things. I mean, we can make it an issue, and then there'll be roles for citizens to play. It's our government. This is our building. That's why I chose to come here. We own this. And everyone should feel like, we have to put some of our small disagreements aside. So, I'm really coming at this, like I said, I have my partisan preferences, other people do too. I have a feeling many of us here might agree on a lot of things, but even if we find other common ground, like for the public good, like the public pools and getting some decent public art, and maybe having, a city of our size that doesn't have a museum, how come we don't have a medical museum?
Right.
That's something maybe we could work with Mayo on. I'm for Mayo. I don't want to be a company town, but I'm for Mayo. Mayo is great. They're the heart of our city. But we got to get engaged. This is the engagement. Let them know how you feel. Let Jean Rico know how you feel. They respond but we've got to get serious about committing ourselves to doing it. And I really think we can get some traction. But we can't just stir our drinks in the corner and complain. I did that for a while. No, it doesn't work. Nothing happens. Yes.
We are very upset what is happening in Rochester Public School Boards.
Yes.
What is happening in Rochester Public Schools? The CRT is destroying our children, and I would like our wonderful news members address that. I hope they will.
Yes, and as the mayor, that's certainly, again, it's the bully pulpit where you can make some of those points. That does bring me back to elected office. Run for school board. There's going to be open school board things. We've got to get involved, and anybody can contact me if you want to learn how to start to run a campaign. I've done a lot of, had some really good help from some close friends, but this is not, they want you to be intimidated and think, oh my gosh, you have to do this and file. You can figure it all out. It's not that hard. And this is, this is something where this could be a movement where we look to have candidates running for the school board too. We just want decency and fairness, and it just feels like that's slipping away. I'm a native of Rochester. My parents were raised here. Going back on one side of my family, like Leo said, goes back past the last century. And so I feel a close connection to this city. And a lot of times nowadays kids, they grow up and they move away and they don't stay, where they're from. And I never felt that way. I always felt like I liked Rochester. It felt like home. I have a real, maybe it's old-fashioned, but I have a real sense of this is my hometown. And I realize there's lots of people who have been here only for a short time and who feel very invested. I'm not trying to say that, you know, if you're not a Century family, you don't matter. But I mean, I'm giving you the background of why it's so important to me. So, yeah.
Positives about the city of Rochester, Olmsted County, and southeastern Minnesota. What have you observed over the course of time? And you can talk to her, not me.
Things I like that in Rochester? Positives?
Yes.
Yes, I think we have, like Silver Lake is not a new thing, but I think that's one of my favorite things about the city. We've added other lake attractions. We've added other Foster Errands and you know, they're gravel pits, but I mean, they've done a nice job. Cascade, the park at Cascade for children is just exceptional. It's got like musical instruments outside. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. That's awesome. Sorry.
Is it possible to get back to, instead of an us and them mentality that a lot of people have now, to a we mentality?
I would love to see that happen.
How?
By the media, that would help.
People have to be willing to set some of their small disagreements aside, some of their partisan disagreements. It's really is it's a small town, and it's got to be more of a family thing. I have family members that disagree with me on this or that, but you know, we still sit down at the table together. Most of us do. and so I would love to get back to a we mentality. You know, I think, you know, I agree with that.
Will you be working out of this building we paid for, or will you be on your couch? Will you walk around downtown into the businesses? I'm just curious how you feel about.
Yeah, like what kind of hands-on and how much of a visible person. I would love to think of that at kind of that small town feel of the mayor is accessible and is visible. I would think that would be fantastic. Yeah, I see myself doing that. There is an office here, but yeah, I mean, I think the whole city is the office of the mayor. And I really see it as, because there isn't those strong executive powers that some cities have, really it is kind of a relationship building thing, kind of a liaison thing. I think some of our past mayors have done a really good job. When I was a kid, it was Chuck Azama. Yeah, he was almost like a legendary figure even when he was mayor. And sort of his smile and accessibility, I don't know if I quite have his bubbly personality, but
That's
anyway.
okay, we love you anyway.
I care about the city. Thank you all very much for coming. One more question.
I just want to comment on what the word you just said, accessibility. The city council and the mayor that we currently have are very inaccessible. So if you become mayor, which I really, really hope for, I would hope that you pursue the accessibility of contacting all the citizens in Rochester as much as possible.
Yes, in-person meetings, absolutely. Yeah, there won't be a recorded meeting, you know. I agree, in-person is, you know, and I understand the pandemic, whatever, but it's over now, and yeah, no, I think the in-person stuff and the personal stuff is fabulous, so.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, I really appreciate it.
If your shots and masks work, then why can't you be in person?
She was texting DFL the whole entire time.
One more thing, I should thank my beautiful family. Come out here.
So
My
where's the
wife
we?
Kelly, she's putting up with all this, and believe me. Kelly. My oldest son Leo, my beautiful wife Kelly. This is my youngest son Will, my middle son Teddy, and my daughter Helena. So, thank you.